Well, my next guest had a self-titled show on Fox. I watched it all the time. And recently released his 8th comedy special called Amerigeddon. And now he's bringing his style of hard, funny comedy to Comedy Works this weekend. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome comedian Christopher Titus to the KUSA.
Best intro I think I've ever gotten.
Really?
I think it was. Yeah.
Well, I have to say I'm a longtime fan, and this is my first time meeting you. So, hi.
Good. And it's nice meeting you. I watched you. Gator Steaks. You're amazing.
Oh,
you're
thank
amazing.
you. Now you're my official favorite guest. So let's talk about hard funny.
Right.
Why do you say that?
Hard funny is one of those when you write comedy and you say a joke and people go ha ha, and then they go, oh, I shouldn't laugh at that.
Yeah.
When they laugh first and then catch themselves, that's hard funny.
Oh,
yeah,
so it's going to be a little edgy at Comedy Works.
Yeah, Amerigeddon's out now, so I'm actually this week I'm breaking in an entirely new 70-minute show called Stories I Shouldn't Tell. It's the darkest things I've ever talked about in my life. If you like my first special, Norman Rockwell is Bleeding, this one makes that one look like a Jeff Dunham special.
I thought this one was coming out on the 8th, June 8th.
What do you mean?
No, I thought your special, new comedy special, came out. Oh no, this is the 8th one.
No, yeah.
Yes, Amerigeddon is out.
Amerigeddon's the 8th one, and the one I'm doing now is the 9th one.
Oh my gosh, you are busy. You completely.
It's all fear and desperation. It's all just got to keep going, got to keep paying the rent. Let's go.
No, but is it hard? Completely, let's go off script here. Is it hard to dig deep and talk about stuff that happened in your life and turn it into comedy? Is that kind of healing for you?
That's the key. Like the stories I tell in this new show, I added punchlines so people don't cry. Like it's all about how we all go through. The one thing that connects us all is tragedy. And your life happens between tragedies. And some people ride their tragedy. So I kind of wrote the show about all the stuff that happened in my life and how I kept going through it and how we all need to keep going through it.
Yeah.
So I always, comedy is one thing, funny first, but if at the other side of it, there's a point you can, can make. Like Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor because he would, dead truth. He would just tell you the dead, honest truth. And I think that's what I try to shoot for.
I think that's why I'm a fan of yours, really. I mean, and I like listening to your podcast. But before we get to that, let's talk about the full-length film called Special Unit.
Special Unit, yeah.
That was pretty tough to put together, wasn't it?
I did. It took. I made. Well, I have a lot of friends that are disabled actors and comedians, and they don't get a shot in Hollywood. So we did a pilot for Comedy Central, and it didn't go. And then I promised them we're going to make this someday. And it took me 10 years, and it's on Amazon Prime Video now, and I'll get all 5-star ratings. And it's really funny and wrong. Due to the Fairness and Disabilities Act, the LAPD has to hire 4 handicapped undercover detectives, and I play Nick Nolte's mugshot. I play the worst cop.
You play the worst cop ever?
I'm the worst cop in LA, and it's fun. It's really funny.
Okay, we'll check it out. Again, if you want to go to Comedy Works this weekend, go see this man right here, Christopher Titus.
On the show. Come watch me flail.
No! You can get your tickets at comedyworks.com, 720-274-6800. Now let's talk about your podcast, because it's like a morning show.
Podcasts, it's a lot of. I didn't want it to be one of those things where people talk. So I write a bit for it every week. We write a piece about what's going on in the news, and there's been so much news in the last 2-3 years that it's been easy. And we try to make a point with it. Funny first. What I originally wrote for because I was getting lazy with my writing, and I decided I want to force myself to write something new every week.
Yeah.
But the podcast is fun, and I do it with with another comedian named Rachel Bradley, who I happen to be married to.
Oh, very nice. And when I say it's a morning show, I'm coming from the radio background of me, not morning TV. It's not fit for morning TV. It's for a radio morning show, right?
Yeah, it's more like a radio show.
Yeah, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, and if you want to, we're all tired of the news being as dark as it is.
Yeah.
If you want to hear the news and laugh about the news and still get a point of view on it, go to the Titus podcast.
How does it work to be married to another comedian?
I found my best friend. Yeah, and she's actually going to be. She headlined last night at the club. She opens for me all week. But we're going to film her first special. I met somebody who was my best friend.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. How long have you been married?
5 years. We've been together 13.
Sweet.
And I'll never let her go because I have an ex-wife and I know how bad things can be.
Yeah, make it work, my friend. Make it work.
Exactly. I work in this one.
Do you write together, both of you?
No. She writes her own stuff. She's got an English degree. She's smarter than I am. The reason I got her into comedy is because she would, when I was doing Norman Love is Evil, which is half of Love is Evil is about her, my third special, she would give me these, she'd go, what if you said this? And they were funnier than I could write. And I was like, hey, yeah, okay, listen, I write the comedy, I'm taking that, but you can just, and then I finally, she started writing some jokes on her own, and I said, you need to get into comedy. And then she wouldn't get into comedy. It took her she wrote a show and wouldn't do it for 2 years. And I have this weird thing, like if you won't back yourself up, how are you gonna back me up, right?
Oh.
So I went and I entered her in a comedy competition without telling her. And then I came home and I told her, and she was so mad. She goes, "What? You can't do that. It's my career. I do what I want." And then here's when I knew I had her. She goes, "When is it?" And I was like, "Bang,
Bang,
gotcha,
you got
yeah,
it.
yeah."
Just, hey, behind every strong man, there's a stronger and funnier woman.
That is true.
Christopher Titus, so nice to meet
thanks,
you.
kid.
Thank you very much. Check out Funny Man, Christopher Titus at Comedy Works South at the Landmark. He's performing tonight, 7:30, and Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. at 9:45. Get your tickets. Do it today. Call 720-274-6800 or check out comedyworks.com.